It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
That means we're keeping it authentic, baby.
100% all the time. You ain't never gonna get no fluff, no BS.
We don't do fluff.
We don't do that. Let me tell you a little bit of what to expect on this show. Authenticity, and more authenticity. We're not gonna dumb it down, water it down, sugar-coat it, anything of that nature.
None of that.
No fuckery from us. We give you straight up our opinions and our insights on things. Law enforcement is the biggest gang on the planet. So I grew up in a household with both my mother and father being police officers. The crazy part was my dad was in the LA County Sheriff's Academy when he met my mother, and she didn't want him to be a police officer because she thought it was dangerous. She goes on to become a Long Beach police officer, gets shot in line of duty, saves her partner's life, so on and so forth. My mom survived. She's also a hero. So I grew up in a family full of officers. The crazy part about it is, though, is as I've been growing up as a man of color in this country, I've had my run-ins with police officers when we were doing anything. And the reason that police officers have been getting away with so much crime is this thing called qualified immunity. The title of today's show is Fuck Your Qualified Immunity. And there's a good reason why we are effing their qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is a type of legal immunity that protects a government official from lawsuits alleging that the official violated the plaintiff's rights, only allowing suits where officials violated a clearly established statutory or constitutional right. Which to me is a line of bullshit.
That's basically what it is.
It's not basically. Ain't no basics about it. It's bullshit. And here's the thing. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, let me tell you how it affects you. Because maybe you haven't had run-ins with the police or never been pulled over by a police officer and stopped and harassed by a police officer, but you paid for it. In the last 10 years, these are statistics and you can check them. In the last 10 years, police officers have cost you and me, taxpayers, $3 billion in lawsuits. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again, $3 billion in payouts to lawsuits. With the top two being Los Angeles and New York. I believe Arizona was there, and a few others, large cities. The crazy part about that is we're paying for them screwing up and overstepping their boundaries. The reason that these things happen is because people don't know their rights and qualified immunity. Jay, do you know what the auditor is?
Do I know what an auditor is?
Yes.
Of course I do.
Oh, good. You studied.
Come on now.
Appreciate that. You want to enlighten our audience about what auditors are?
Yeah, they're the people that come through to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
It's like they come and say, hey, are you doing your job?
Contrary to popular belief, police officers are servants. They serve the public who pays their salary.
I've been pulled over so many times in my life.
What were you pulled over for, Jay? What would you pull over for?
So I don't have a criminal record because I'm not a criminal. I've never been arrested. My worst crime is speeding because I do like to drive fast.
Right. Well.
I've had more than a few speeding tickets in my life because I like sports cars. I like driving fast. And so, hey, you do the crime, you pay the fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's about it. But because I've been racially profiled or, wrong skin color in the wrong side of town.
Right.
But it was funny with this situation in Compton because I had just moved back from Seattle. And I lived in Seattle for 7 years from 06 to to 2013. I left in December of 2013 and moved back to LA. And so as I was reestablishing myself and setting up my business, I was splitting time between the Antelope Valley and my aunt's house in Compton. And I was driving a Charger. I had 24-inch rims. 22-inch rims on the Charger. I had it customized. And I'm a black dude in Compton. And supposedly that's a car that black criminals drive. So
really,
I mean that's what the sheriff said. Pulled me over, told me.
Yeah, because that's funny. Because I don't think Dodge went to the drawing board and said, "Let's make a car for black criminals to drive."
So I can't remember the last time I got pulled over. The only time I got pulled over when I was in the suburbs of Seattle was because I was speeding, and people in Seattle drive slow as a mother.
Well, that's from a seasonal depression, though. I mean,
hey, I felt like I was Mario Andretti on the freeway. I'm getting pulled over. I think the first 3 months I was there, I got pulled over 4 or 5 times.
Hey, I remember driving with you in the 78. In the gutter lane in the 78.
No doubt.
Right.
So I had to slow it down, but I hadn't been pulled over for some nonsense in years.
Right.
I'm back in LA, specifically Compton, and like 2 months I'm back. And I'm driving down the street, and a cop flashes his lights. And I'm looking in my mirror, I'm like, is these fools pulling me over? I'm like, what the hell? So I go ahead and pull on over to the side, and they come over to the car, guns drawn. You know, I'm used to it. So I'm not even scared at this point. But, you know, when they pull me over, I roll all the windows down, hands on the steering wheel, I turn the music down. I'm like, is there a problem, officer? Next thing you know, they pulling me out the car. They ain't.
Wait. What did you say when? What did they say when you said, "Is there a problem?" Officer?
They was like, "Get out the car." That was straight up. And so I got out the car. They said, "Get out the car." I'm getting out the car. They got their guns drawn. I get out the car, and dude said I was being suspicious.
No, wait. So that's why they pulled you over, because you were suspicious?
Of course, it's some bullshit. So what they said was, because they flashed me first. Dude said that they pulled me over because I was being suspicious because they said I was moving around in the car and I switched lanes. And so they thought that I was trying to hide some drugs in the car. How do you just make some shit up like that? So I'm first of all, I wasn't even doing anything.
But wait, on your Charger, right?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't your Charger have tinted windows?
Of course it did. That's why we know it's bullshit.
So they saw through the tint, you moving around, hiding some drugs.
That's what they said.
Nigga, please.
So I'm on my way. I was working at Equinox Fitness in West Hollywood.
Okay.
So that's where I was going. So they asked me where I was going. I'm like, I'm going to work. What do you do? Nigga, I got a shirt that says Equinox. I'm like, I'm a trainer. I'm like, I'm going to work. I'm a trainer. I work at Equinox. They performed an illegal search. But because of the Patriot Act, all they got to say is I was being suspicious, and that gives them probable cause to search my car.
No.
Nigga, they pulled all my shit out my car, my gym bags. They pulled everything out. Push-up stands, bands. I had speed ladders for my athletes. I mean, they pulled everything out.
They didn't put any of that shit back, did they?
Oh, they put it all back.
Oh, they actually put it back?
They put it back. Because they ran everything. I don't have no warrants. I'm not a criminal. So, you know, I get to have a nice day. I'm saying if I had a criminal record, maybe I wouldn't be talking shit, because they go run your shit like, oh, this motherfucker's an ex-con. He did a couple of years for this or whatever. He been arrested for that. You ain't finding none of that shit on me. So I'm talking all kind of shit because I already know I'm clean, and you full of shit for pulling me over.
Right.
So I got back in my car and I went to work. I ain't think nothing else of it. But what I thought was, I ain't going back to Compton.
Right.
So I didn't go back to my own house. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't going to Compton because I'm going to do with that shit.
Right.
There is your rights, and then there's reality.
Oh.
And this is what...
Let me finish though.
I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna tear that shit down.
Because the reality is, once you pick this motherfucker up right here, this,
right,
and turn that recorder on, all that shit changes.
No, it doesn't.
Oh no, I'm going to tell you because it's happened to me twice since.
That's you, nigga.
Jay, but what I'm saying is, first of all, hold on, let me finish.
Make your point.
Once you become educated about what your civil rights are, police cannot no longer impede it. And if they do, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have to, is fuck you, pay me.
Let me tell you something. This nigga gonna get your ass beat. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Nigga.
As big as I am,
nigga, you listen to this nigga, you gonna be George Floyd, nigga.
George Floyd did not know his rights.
Nigga, if he knew his rights, he gonna have that knee on. How many videos have you seen of knees on necks since George Floyd?
Maybe
nigga, you think knowing your rights mean?
Maybe two. Those people didn't know their rights. Jay, I'm trying
there was just a new video last week with a college student. With a knee on his neck.
And didn't know his rights.
What is it? Mo, what is him knowing his rights
Let's
gonna
take a
do
look at the video.
With a cop?
Let's take a look at the videos.
Mo,
hey,
if a cop body slams you while you're saying, I have the right to,
first of all,
but my right.
First of all,
come on,
you just
man.
don't get body slammed. It doesn't happen like that.
Okay.
It doesn't.
So you telling me that if George Floyd would have told Chauvin, hey, my right is such and such and such and such, he'd have been like, oh my, George, you're so astute. You're right.
What would have happened is,
have a nice day, George.
What would have happened is,
have a nice day.
Okay, so let me.
Once a cop makes a decision that you're under arrest.
But you're not under. He wasn't under arrest.
This is what I'm telling you. Once they told him that he was under arrest, it's a wrap. Once they tell you you're detained, it's a wrap.
It's not. But Jay, it's not.
My God,
Jay, it's not.
This nigga's gonna get your head split
for this reason. This is what I'm telling you, because if you don't know your rights and don't know what to say, guess what? So when a police officer comes up to you and it's some bullshit, what can you say to him, Jay, that changes the situation?
For every bad situation I've had a cop like that.
Yeah, a good situation.
I've had so many situations where the cop was so cool.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying?
It was unbelievable. I've had the same situations.
That's why I just, it's not like a blanket. It's just like when them niggas violate you, it's a black eye to the whole department. It is.
But the problem is, though, is that there's too many good cops that see the bad shit and don't say nothing. And that's, we got to get rid of that.
That's hard, though. Look, if my man's a cop and he's like, this shit is wrong, and then I go say something, and then I get ostracized by the department. So this is what you and I and people like us, we outside, we like, nigga, you didn't stand up. Okay, so now he go to work and he ostracized. He in a situation with a violent criminal.
I get that.
And he called for backup and they like, fuck you, nigga.
But my thing
so this is what I'm saying. So this man or woman is battling this like, I gotta go to work.
I didn't force him to take that job. And
didn't.
Put the hand up. Put the hand up.
No, but these people are still... They still fucking human beings, Mo. They still fucking human beings.
They got fucking decisions, Jay. They got to make fucking decisions. You decide to take that position. That's what goes.
Okay, you still got to feed your family. Most people, what they do is what they do. They don't have that pivot. If I'm here and my corporation says, in order to make this much, you gotta do X, Y, and Z. You got to jump through this hoop and that hoop. That person's going to jump through that hoop. Very few individuals are going to pack their bags and say, fuck you, I'm going to go get it over here. You got to understand the psychology behind it.
The psychology is this, though, Jay. You chose that line of work. If you didn't do your due diligence going
Look at it like this. Look at it like this.
Then fuck you, not me.
Look at it like this. We've been saying this shit forever as a black community. Well, we need these police that's coming to South Central, these police that's coming to the projects, these police that's coming to predominantly black neighborhoods, they don't look like us. And they don't understand us.
Man, we don't understand us.
You know what I'm saying? They don't understand us. And so the same white cop that will look at me as a fucking criminal or whatever, he'll see a white kid do the same shit. Oh, he's just being mischievous. So we're going to slap him on the wrist. No, that's what I'm saying. So what we say is we need to police us. But then when we get the job, and then we say, well, we're going to stand up for the blackness, and then you get ostracized, and then you get blocked for promotions, and you get all this shit. The human element plays a role in why people aren't stepping up. But other nationalities have stepped up in the face of corruption, and they've got fired. They've been retaliated against. And so it's like, are you ready for that shit? You ready to stand up for Mo's rights and Mo saying fuck you at the same time?
Right? If I call you on your bullshit, because here's what happened. Before I knew my rights, you cops get behind you, you're like nervous because you black.
Right.
Off the muscle. Not because you did anything wrong, but because you black. And the likelihood of you being pulled over is very likely. And so I'm rolling through Bloomington, just at my boy's house, checking on, see how he's doing. Right. I'm in a Lexus. No tinted windows, no sound up.
Right.
It's summer. I got my windows down. I come to the stop sign. I completely stop because that's what I do. I obey the laws. I'm not going to get pulled over because I'm fucking up. It's not going to be on me. I see the cop sitting on the side road with his lights off. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing anything wrong. My shit is up to date. I got my insurance. Everything's cool. Officer Rocha comes over and pulls me over, gets behind me, and boo! I'm like, so I pull over. Right here at State Brothers. First thing I do is turn on my cell phone, my camera. I start recording. He comes up, I said, good evening. He goes, do you know why I pulled you over? Because I'm black? Because I'm black, because I know I wasn't doing anything wrong. I stopped. He said, you have a tail light out. I said, this is a 2000 Lexus. If I had a light out, I said, let me get out and check it. Oh, you don't have to do that. I said, then get your supervisor. Those were the words out of my mouth. Because I'm like, this is bullshit.
Right.
He goes, let me see your ID. I said, do you have any reasonable, articulable suspicion for pulling me over? Right. Can you articulate that? I said, you won't let me get out to check the light, which I know is working because no indicators are on my dashboard. He said, it doesn't have to go like this. No, it doesn't. You can let me go and I'll be on my way.